Yes, welcome to the topic today. We are doing, we are starting another topic. We have been doing autism, and because we have talked spectrum of complications. Today we are doing something else that looks like it, but that one affects attention and affects some things. So, welcome to the platform, everyone who is watching. Everyone who is here, welcome to Benjamin the Wise Guy. Benjamin the Wise Guy, always a cool guy, no worries, supports everyone. Grandma of 3, hey, how many days without us talking? Good morning, sweetheart, happy Thursday. Just stopping to say hello. I'm off to work, I'll check. Okay, no problem, Grandma of 3. Have a great day at work. And I can see, good afternoon, Dr. Benjamin. Smile in the city. Sometimes I've passed Smile in the city. I can see you here today. Now, hope you are doing good, Smile in the city. And everything is okay. And you're doing great. I've just been looking at Barry walking exercise, doing his morning walk and feeling strong and healthy in where he is now. Today we are doing, after a very long discussion of the other one, which was autism. Today we are T25FC. Hey T, what is all good, Dr. Ben? Welcome. What is behind T25? Tell me T, what's up T25? What is the name? Is something, it tells something, it must be saying something. The name T25 must be saying something. Let me see the new people that are watching and coming in. This is Benjamin the Wise Guy. My friends are in the chat and you are here watching. Please you talk to my friends, see the friends that have channels, and then we interact. Grandma of 3 is just off to work and we will talk later. Let me see. T, tell me what's the motivation. T is short for my Hawaiian name. Remind me your Hawaiian name. Remind me that name. What was that name? Come on. Why am I forgetting? Yes. Smile in the city. See you. I can see you, and I think you are always healthy. T is in the house. I've not seen T for some time now. There is this thing called attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Is a neurodevelopmental problem involving what? T Hanani. Hey. T Hanani. Just listen to that name, man. Hey. Sounds beautiful before even you see the T Hanani. Hey, T Hananui. Yeah, it sounds beautiful before even you meet the person now. Welcome to the platform. As you come in today, we are discussing ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. And you know what? We have just been discussing autism, and it was a good journey. We discussed about several things that when you understand them, you feel better, and you feel relieved. Now, welcome everyone who is new. Don't just come to the platform. Ask, where do I sit? And where you sit is upon the chat where we talk and know you, where you are from, which country, which profession. Online connection when you meet some friends. It makes you relieve yourself. It makes you relieve yourself. So check it out. Have you liked? Have you left your like? Or where you are, have you subscribed? So that you can be getting instant notification. You can see we have T25 FC. We have Jamaican Uncle, Smile in the City, Grandma of 3 have just been here. And we are connecting and talking. Majay in the house. Hello, Dr. Ben and everyone. Majay, how is you doing? Where you are? How is everything? So today we will be dealing with attention deficit. Yesterday, Majay, I remember you were asking me about what if someone is always, before he finishes a statement or done this, he's going to another one. Now that is the problem we are dealing with today. We are starting with that today, and I can see people coming in. Some more new people coming in. Be blessed, everyone, as you come in the platform. Be blessed, everyone. We thank you for checking in. We thank you for everything that you are doing and supporting. Sometimes, even when I'm offline, some people come and they watch my videos and they learn. So, my guys, as you come in, interaction is the greatest social, mental health therapy that you'll ever have. Interaction, mingling, having a positive attitude between friendship, having a positive relationship and mingling and knowing. Sometimes you can have a very big problem, but when you go to your friends, the friend zone, you start having stories until you forget you have a problem. So let's interact, let's be together, let's say stay positive like everyone. Let's stay positive as everyone. I'm okay, Dr. Ben, bright and sunny Jamaica. Okay, I see that Jamaica is bright. Let me tell you guys one thing. Sometimes back, I always thought Majay comes from East Africa, Kenya. The funny thing, Majay is from Jamaica. Just imagine. So welcome. I have 10 minutes of welcoming people. Then we do ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. So as you come in, I want to go to Jamaica. T, you want to fly to Jamaica? Me too. Next year, January, I'll be touching down. I'm preparing 1, 2, 3. So I want to go to Jamaica too. Now, those people who are watching, if you are new, check out. Tell us where you are. Tell us where you are chilling from, where you are watching from. Tell us what's happening where you are. Tell us. We want to talk about ADHD, and subscribe to this channel. It is a good channel. This channel is a good channel, a positive channel, and don't just leave a like of the video. Leave a like. I'm on vacation now. Wow, T is in vacation. T, unfortunately, for the last 10 years, I've never gone to any vacation. I'm always working. Imagine, T, I'm always up and down working. For the last 10 years, 10 good damn years, I'm always working up and down. I hope God will relieve me next year so that I can have some travel and feel nice. You see, traveling and feeling nice. So as you come in today, we will talk about ADHD. ADHD is something that some people have struggled with so much, and some people have always asked, what is the meaning of what I'm facing, or what is the meaning of what I'm seeing? You saw how some issues were coming in when we were discussing autistic people, and some people are answering themselves, you need to take a break, Dr. Ben, to enjoy yourself. Yes, the problem with me, T, is one. For me to take a break, I have to create a very good strategy so that wherever I am, I'm not receiving calls every time. You see, so that is the problem with some professions, but it's good. We thank God. New people, please tell us where you are checking us from. Where are you checking us from? And hit the like button. If you are new, hit the like button where you are. 10 minutes have gone. Now, a coming note is good, damn. And let's go to attention deficit hyperactive. No, Dr. Ben, you need to take a break. Yes, I'm planning that, Maji. I'm really planning. I'm really planning on that. and it is coming soon. I have to take my Empress somewhere and have some time. I have to take yeah, she can think you are always busy, you don't want to be around her, and it's no good, no good. She needs some time with her man, right? She needs a time with a man. Now, I took a whole month off from work. I can see that. T, what work do you do? Just imagine my kind of work. T, just imagine the kind of work I do, and then you take a break. Imagine. Attention deficit hyperactive disorder is also a neurodevelopmental disorder involving abnormal development and communication of brain cells, especially in control network. So as we just talked about autism is a neurodevelopment disorder. Now, this one also is a neurodevelopmental disorder. You see, even this one is a neurodevelopmental disorder. So, both of them are not mental issues. Some people confuse ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, by being psych. Manjay asked me yesterday, what of a person who doesn't finish what this person does and goes? I was for US Border Patrol, no judging. You are a strong woman. Strong woman. T, Border Patrol, that one is you're a strong woman. Nice work. Continue serving the United, it's called US state. That is a good job. Now, if you are watching me right now and you're a new person, this is Benjamin, Dr. Ben. Dr. Ben. Oh, you don't like your job, T? You don't? Sometimes when you are in a particular job and you're working with the job, as you upgrade or trying to shift, you should love it so that you don't have problems when you are going to work. You may stop working. So, guys who are watching, the new fellas, the new, yes, Dr. Ben here telling you, welcome to Benjamin the Wise Guy. Yes, as we walk, it's very demanding, but I'm in school. Okay, nice one, T. That is nice, nice to hear about you are in school. So, where you are seated, where you're doing, let's get to know about the developmental disorder. The neurodevelopmental disorder that is called ADHD. Pathology. Anytime you hear me saying pathology, you should know that I'm talking about how this thing comes, how it is. You know, we say when the brain itself is starting to form as a ball, and then the cells are trying to form the neural tube so that you can start creating your brain and your spinal cord. Those cells are disrupted by the things we talked about. If you don't remember, ask. I will repeat what I said if you don't remember. So, it is a neurodevelopmental disorder involving abnormal development and communication of the brain. Neurons. The neurons and nerves communicate through neurons. Yes, that reminds me, I should tell people how the neurons are. Neurons. And you know, Dr. Ben loves drawing. Neurons, let's see. Dr. Ben loves Elizabeth. Hi. How is Eliza? Eliza is here. Eliza, how is you? Now, there is something I want to show you, something I want to draw so that we be in the same page. You know, the small things, they make people to be in the same page. Let's control and get controlling. Let's control and get controlling. You know, nerves have cells. So I'm drawing a quick picture of a nerve cell. A nerve cell, which is called a neuron. A neuron cell, and then we will see how. Let me check out. So Beauty is here. Beautiful Simba. Beauty. The mom just looked at her when Beauty was being born, and the mom said, my baby is beautiful. And the name that the mom named Beauty is beautiful. You see, beautiful from South Africa. Beautiful from South Africa. Now, communication in your brain. Yes, everyone say hi to my beautiful Simba. Beautiful Beauty from South Africa. Look, this one looks like what? It looks like a tadpole. This thing looks like a tadpole. This one is a tadpole. But guess what? This is your nerve cell. Neural images. Nerve cell. This is your nerve cell. So, how does it communicate with the other junction? How does it communicate? This one looks like a tadpole, but this tadpole is a nerve cell. And we say communication of the brain, the neuron. This one is the cell that removes some. Let me show you something. Besides here, we have some things called the synapses. We have something called the synapses here. So the neuro communication signals that we said, like the dopa, Leila, lady from the coast living in Nairobi or where? Let me see. Leila, my sister is here. Leila, just imagine Beauty is here, Beauty and Eliza. And also I can see, let me see who is here. Today we are talking about attention deficit disorders, ADHD. So in the house we have beautiful Simba. I've said Beauty, the mother, when Beauty was born, looked at the child and said, wow, my child is beautiful. And that is the name that Beauty was given. Beautiful. And then we came to Africa. We saw Leila's mom. Leila's mom, what happened is, when Leila was born, Leila cried. And then the mom said, Mbona unalia? And then everyone said, the mom have said, she's called Leila. Hey, those are my fans in the house, you see. And then we have Elizabeth. Elizabeth are elegant ladies that are always in the house. So if you are here, Leila, yes, that is it. Then we can see, if you are in the house, you are a new person, you are here feeling nice. This is Dr. Ben in the house, and Dr. Ben brings topics of interactions, very important topics of health importance. So we have Leila, my sister, in the house, Beauty in the house. And then we have Elizabeth, the impeccable lady. Yes, Elizabeth. The name sounds like the lady of the house. Queen Elizabeth. You understand those high places. You get it, Elizabeth. And then we have T. T is here. T. When you hear about T, you feel the lady who loves the beach, good life, soft life. No worries, outspoken, and you when you were born, you were bending. Then your mom said, "This is Ben." No worries, Leila. Good. Now today, I'm from St. Thomas, Elizabeth. You see, Uncle is from St. Thomas. Today I've drawn a tadpole. A tadpole. Smile in the city. Now look at my tadpole. Now this is how your nerve looks. And then you will get that this one, this nerve, it's connected to another one. This is how your impulses are sent. I'm drawing a nerve. I want people to understand some things. I want some people to understand some things. Now, when your brain is telling withdraw, something is hurting you. The signal, when it's coming from your brain, it passes through this axon and goes here. So when it reaches here, what we usually talk about neurotransmitters, serotonin, dopamine, glutamate, the ones that, when serotonin is neurotransmitter that makes you feel good. So it is released through these synapses. These are called synapses. So it goes, so if it is released here, it comes and picks here. You get, this one picks, so it kind of like sends the signal. But this bigger tadpole is a nerve. A nerve looks like this, and this one is also a nerve. So these ones are the neurotransmitters. So they release neurotransmitters like electricity. Like this is a nerve. Then it releases serotonin, and this one touches. This one touches. So this is that's a simple language. No, Dr. Benjamin, I'm from St. Elizabeth. Yes, Uncle is from St. Elizabeth, right here in Kenya, somewhere that is called St. Elizabeth. But Uncle decided to go and stay in Jamaica, where he is a Jamaican, and then he saw I have to explore the world, and now Uncle is in the US. Just imagine, Kenya, Jamaica, US. Just imagine, one blood, one brother, always one. Black American, black African, white, all the one blood, you get. Yes. Now let's continue about the topic. So attention deficit hyperactive disorder is a disorder which is a neurodevelopment. So just like autism, when you are conceived and something wrong happens, you start having that problem. When you are conceived and something wrong happens, you start having that problem. So when you start having this problem, what happens? Involving abnormal development and communications in the brain neurons. So these are the things that are having a problem. These ones in your brain, the nerves that come from your brain, the neurons, and they make you not to communicate well. They make you not to, especially when it is throwing signals. Serotonin is thrown, then the receiving pathway does not receive. You get? So this one, let me give a simple, how can I put it? Guys, do you know what? I've always been talking about neurotransmitters. When you want to feel good, pleasure, there is something called dopamine. So dopamine, what it has, let me use the normal one, pleasure. A man has seen a woman, and the brain, a man has seen a woman, then the brain is signaled. Your eyes sees, a man sees a beautiful woman, and then the eye takes signals to the brain. Wow, this is a beautiful woman. This is a beautiful woman. So after the eyes taking image to the brain, this is a beautiful woman. What happens? After some time, it releases something called dopa, the pleasure hormone. So when dopa is released, it is picked from the neuron, and then it goes to the synapse. You get? It goes to the synapse. So here at the synapse, here is where you have guys, sometimes teaching Nene and Mom. Nene and Mom, how is the going, Nene? Nene and Mom is here. You see, Nene, I would love to know your name. Yes. Now, when the signals reach here, this was the dots are now we are using. These are DOPA released. When you have seen, I'm talking to, it's an example. A woman or a man has seen someone beautiful or handsome. So it is released. The picture goes to the brain. So that's why some women don't like their partners to look on another woman's Dr. bed. Yes. When you look, you watch a beautiful woman. This one is what happens. Now, the picture goes to the brain. And then the brain sees, wow, this is a beautiful woman. DOPA is released, the neurotransmitter, chemicals, they are called DOPA. They come, they are released. And then they are taken by this. So when the nerve releases DOPA, it is a continuation because nerves go to the whole body. Do you know what happens? Yeah, the reaction is this. When you see a beautiful woman, how do you react? Men, how do you react? Wow, that's a beautiful woman. But if you are near your woman, you cannot say wow. You say it inside. Then next, goosebumps. Ooh, you know, DOPA has been released. Goosebumps. Wow. Then you know the next thing. The next thing is you start wanting to talk to, turn around your head. No, that is DOPA, because it is a neurotransmission that helps you to get pleasure. That is what it does. You feel good and then goosebumps and you know what next. Now, this is another thing. When someone amuses you, you feel it. Someone says something, you start laughing. This is what happens. Serotonin is released because serotonin will make you laugh. So you listen and then the impact goes to your brain. After the impact goes to your brain, serotonin is hit to the neuron. It goes now, it starts to flow. And then it gives you someone do you not know who? Delmosa is here. Uncle Arabi, hi everyone. I'm joining late. No problem. We have just started. Now, when it hits your brain, that what you have listened hits your brain. Serotonin is released. Then it excites laughing. You know there is a laughing gas. There is a laughing gas. If you smell that, tell me everyone. How all are the professionalism? Anyone, do you know the laughing gas? The laughing gas. And how it works? When you smell it, you start laughing like a mad person. Just smiling. When you smell, you start, This is what the laughing gas does to your body. You get? This is what the laughing gas does to your body. When you smell it, it releases, it goes to your brain. I heard about it, Dr. Ben. Yes. When you smell nitric oxide, it hits your head and then serotonin is released. And serotonin will activate your laughing. So you are walking like you are, you look at someone, even something that is not funny. That is how neurotransmitters work. Now, whoever is coming in, please leave your thumbs up, hit the like button, and if you are new, don't forget to subscribe. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe, my guys. Subscribe, one. Hey, subscribe, my friends. Hey, one. Hey. Yes, I know it because you have named it now. Hey. Layla, stop it. Hey, Layla, I've just nipped it now. Who is this? No. Thumbs down for me. Thumbs down for me pretending. What are you pretending of? Adelmosa, are you having a breakdown or what? We need to talk, Adelmosa. Now, this is it. Now we are talking about attention deficit. I was explaining how neurotransmitters work. You get how neurotransmitters work. Now let's get to the main topic. Attention deficit hyperactive disorder is a neurodevelopment disorder you are born with. And remember how the let's say what were we saying? Autism people, how it becomes. That is also how attention deficit starts. The centers that are bringing problems, that are releasing the serotonin, the dopamine, and the glutamate, they start having problems. So, attention deficit hyperactive disorder in the brain is affected by attention, impulse control, planning, motion, activity regulation, and emotional control. Because these neurotransmitters that are passing through the synapse is where they exchange. This one, Onik is here. I feel like singing from Onik. You know, Onik is a mechanic and he does a good work. You remember rompe, break it now. It was shot in a garage, so I feel like singing for Onik, that one. Now, when you have problems with neurotransmitters, that is where you have a problem. Because when serotonin is released, the other end is not receiving, or it wants more, and this end, like they have a balance. You see these synapses, they should have a balance. Like when this one is releasing 5, this one is receiving 5. This one is releasing 10, this one is releasing. But now in attention deficit, these neurotransmitters, when they are being released, the other end is not receiving as much as it wants. You get? That's why you get some people have imbalance in attention. Let's get down and see. My sister Leila is here and is telling me my mom, when I was being born, she bent, and then I was born, and then she said, let me be called Ben, because bending is for Ben. Yes, and Leah is for Leila. Yes, so Leila likes crying when she was a baby, and me. Core brain pathology in ADHD. The pathology of ADHD is mainly related to neurotransmitters. You get? I say these ones, serotonin, dopamine. So when you release a lot of serotonin, you will have hyperactive. This person will be hyperactive. You know, those chemicals should really be released in a balance. Not a lot, not small, according to the mood of the time. The two main transmitters are involved are dopamine dysfunction and what? Neuroepinephrine dysfunction. So dopamine controls reward, motivation, focus, and executive function. Yes, reward. You see, my guys, when we are not understanding something, don't feel like you are in class. No, you are not in class. We are interacting. So just ask, what have you said about reward? When you are Leila is an Arabic name for powerful knight, no Leah. Oh, powerful knight, not Leah. No Leah. Leah, cry. Leah in Kenya, in Africa, Swahili, we call crying. Now, I've said dopamine is a pleasure neurotransmitter in brain. When it's released, you feel good. Dopamine, pleasure, things that may make you feel good. So when you feel nice, just know dopamine is released in your brain. And I've given an example of a man who looks at a beautiful woman and then starts to feel confused. It is dopamine that is confusing the brain, because when this man looked at a woman, the image went to the brain and it confused the brain. So dopamine came out and everything started to become knock off, shattered. Onik, I'm good, thanks my love. Onika, beautiful is beauty. Yes. Now, dopamine controls reward, motivation, focus, and executive. In ADHD, when this dopamine is released or reduced, or it is not there, you have seen the image, something has been done to make you feel pleasure, but dopamine is not being released. Brain reward pathways become underactive. The brain seeks stimulation constantly. So what does the effect come out? Easily distracted, difficulty in completing tasks. Maje, now, Anik, I'm fine. Maje, this was your question yesterday. When dopamine is, you see, I'll use that example. A man has seen a beautiful woman. The image has gone to the brain, but there is less dopamine because this one neuron is waiting from the brain to receive, so that it can take the dopamine to the brain. But now it is receiving the signal, but the tool to carry is not there. Good morning, Benjamin, here watching on TV. Welcome, Marcia Thompson. Happy to be with you here. Dopamine is carrying the signal, but it's ready to carry, but maybe it is less or it cannot carry. So what happens? What happens, my brothers? You can easily distract this person because the brain is continually it's continually distracted. The dopamine is not coming out, and then you cannot complete a task. Impulsiveness. You do things impulsive without. So those people, that anyone here who like doing impulse buying people, raise your hands. Impulse buying people. You go to the market, you are planning to buy shopping, but you end up buying good clothes. Then you come home without food. Yes, my friend, let me take a sip. Tell me, who is here who loves impulse buying? Who is here who loves impulse buying? Now you know. Yes. Brain reward pathways become underreactive because when you are going to the market to buy food and you meet a very beautiful lady selling some good things, good shoes, good belts, good, So instead of you focusing on buying food, you are confused with the beautiful lady plus what this lady is selling. It's an example, my guys. This is an example. Don't confuse. So what you do is you want to promote the lady because the image has hit your eyes and it has gone to your brain, confused your brain, and then the brain has released dopamine. So the goosebumps are everywhere, and you don't want to disappoint the lady. So what happens? You take the money you have, you buy a belt. You take the money you have, you buy a shoe. No disappointing beautiful ladies, and then you end up having no money for the shopping. Impulse buying. King Ray, welcome, Judy. We are talking about ADHD. So people, ADHD can be seen in many things. ADHD can be seen in impulse buying, not the ones that we always know. You get? So if Maje is still here, you understand now the problem. The most problem of attention comes in dopamine, neurotransmitter. And I've explained dopamine is that chemical released from the brain going through the neurons to make you feel the pleasure, to make you feel nice, nice, pleasure. You see how I'm saying it? My friends? Dopamine is for pleasure. You get pleasure, feeling nice. So when that hormone, that neurotransmitter is released, you feel your body nice. Hey, sometimes medicine is nice. You start knowing how your body controls itself. You start thinking on how your body feels. You start thinking on how your body does some things. You feel your body nice. So let's continue, my guys. Let's continue. Brain stimulation. Let's talk about norepinephrine dysfunction. Because DOPA is just one. DOPA is one chemical, but we have another one which is norepinephrine that the brain release. Norepinephrine is like adrenaline. Norepinephrine, what? Leila, what are you? Leila, say it as it is. Leila, say it as it is. What are you saying? What is the confusion, Leila? What is the confusion? Tell me what is the confusion. Now, let's go to Leila. Is like, I think the words are hitting the vestibular cochlea, and then they are going to the brain and making Leila feel. Yeah, Leila, you see what you have released right now? What you have released is dopamine. It has hit the brain from the hearing what you are hearing and seeing what you are seeing. Now, norepinephrine dysfunction helps with nothing. I'm enjoying. What's up? That's nice. Norepinephrine is like adrenaline, attention. You know, adrenaline is a hormone that is for flight and fight. A hormone is that is for flight and fight. So this hormone is a very specific hormone that when you get it, what happens? Okay, because you don't have serotonin. Laughing comes from serotonin. DOPA is for pleasure. You get now. Norepinephrine helps in attention, alertness, and working memory. You know, when something happens, like something, let me say, the normal culture, if a lion comes and across you, the first thing you will run away so fast. Because when you see it and you are frightened, what you do is you don't wait. You have to run away so fast because adrenaline is all over your body. Yes, of course, Jamaican uncle, even a woman, if a woman looks at a handsome guy, the same thing, vice versa is the truth. Yes. So a man was an example. So give that to a woman too. You get? So norepinephrine, it's attention. You get frightened and get adrenaline and you run. So in the brain there is norepinephrine. It works like adrenaline. Alertness. You are always alert because being frightened is being alert. Working memory, the memory that you have is always at par, because if you see a lion, you need memory to tell you that it's not time to wait. You need to move very fast from where you are to the next point. You get? So in ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, reduced norepinephrine activity causes poor concentration, forgetful, and disorganization. You cannot concentrate and your work is very disorganized. Have you ever met someone who is very disorganized? Everything. Have you ever gone to a person's home and then you start wondering if this is my friend's home or my friend's... It is because... Or have you ever visited a person with ADHD? A house of a person with ADHD? You will not like it. You will not like it. forgetfulness, and disorganization of the highest level. You get? So, anyone with a question as we continue, please, if you have a question, I'm asking anyone with any question before we continue laughing, because today Leila is saying it's a day of laughing, Have you ever met someone with ADHD, attention deficit disorder? I don't like that, my friend. That's why I'm doing this. Have you ever met someone with attention deficit disorder? So when norepinephrine is a chemical like adrenaline, when it is low in your body, you will have problems in concentrating. So, my guys, just a minute, I do this. So, my guys, if you are here and you have met someone who is never concentrates, who is hyperactive, just know norepinephrine and dopamine have a problem, or they are low, the neurotransmitters. So the brain regions affected, where your brain is affected, is a prefrontal cortex, because most pressure hormones come from the front part of your brain here. Decision making, attention, planning, and self-control, they all come from the front of your brain. So in ADHD, you get the brain of this person has delay in maturing. It has delay in maturing. You get delay in maturation. Very confusing, eh? There are some people in their genetic makeup, they have delay in maturation. And you know, when a brain is delaying in maturation, what happens? You'll have a problem of releasing these neurotransmitters. You'll have a problem of releasing dopamine. You'll have a problem of releasing serotonin. You'll have a problem of releasing them, because your brain is not mature. It grows so slowly. And even when you are an adult, it doesn't reach at par maturation, a mature brain. So, as it continues, your brain is affected with, let me say, reduced activity of releasing those neurotransmitters to your body. Poor communication with other brain regions. So the nerves have a problem, because they are not used to getting the enough, say, over time, over years, neurotransmitters. So what happens is, you get problems on releasing the neurotransmitters. You get? So this is why some people have problems with attention. These neurotransmitters that are released are not working correctly, or are not sending signals as needed. And then there is something in the brain. There are so many things. The places that are supposed to manage your balance, movement, behavior, and pathway, they are irritated. They are destroyed. You get? So when they are destroyed, you start having problems with your balance, movement. There is places in your brain like, let me just mention them: basal ganglia, cerebellum involvement, you see there. So it means your brain did not mature in a good way. Your brain did not mature in a good way. That is the problem. So let's talk about cellular pathology of ADHD. How in your cells, how they are affected. Neurons communicate through synapses. I've said synapses are these places. Synapses are like this. I'm drawing a picture of a synapse. So this place, these ones, they are like this. So these are dopa chemicals. So they exchange. So dopamine transporter may remove dopamine too quickly. So you may find that sometimes dopamine is removed so quickly that you may find that dopamine is removed so quickly that it is causing an imbalance on attention, because they are the chemicals which balance mood, and you got synaptic becomes inefficient. It is going so fast, the chemical is passing there so fast until the brain, it makes you be hyperactive. You get? It makes you be hyperactive. Now, there is delayed cortical development. The cerebral cortex helps develop more slowly. There is cortical development somewhere in the brain. There is somewhere called cortical, especially frontal lobe. This delay executive function, behavior regulation. So the imbalance of this, what you can know is the imbalance of these chemicals, how they are imbalanced, causes problems when it comes to communicating in the brain. Mostly dopa and neuroepinephrine. Abnormal neural connectivity. Your nerves, these nerves, they are not connected well. So at times they release dopa so fast, at times they release so slow, because of how your brain developed. Developmental of your brain is genetic. So you may find there is a mutation, and as you grow, there is a problem. You get? So this when we started, we said it's not a mental health problem. Yes, I was just explaining about the question that you are asking, but you will watch that part. No worries, you will watch and you will get to know. So you'll find there are some people that have a problem when it comes to connection of what? Not connection, the brain developing. They have a problem of the brain developing. So when the brain develops, what happens? It makes some places to grow so slowly, and the nerve communication have a problem. Nerve communication having a problem, and the brain growing so slowly. You get? So these are the things that we look at, and we see what? A problem in future, where a person cannot concentrate, and we see, me as a doctor, when I see a person with ADHD, someone that is not concentrating, I'm not seeing a character. There is a problem when it comes to some people. When you see a person has a problem in concentrating, you are seeing a character in that person. But me, I'm looking at the brain, and I'm seeing how dopamine is not being released, or it is being released so fast, or there is an imbalance in the neuroperiphery. So you have a question. If you have a question, tell me about it. Hope I'm explaining in simple language and people are understanding it clearly. People are getting what I'm saying clearly. If you have not got the pathophysiology or the how ADHD comes, just say I repeat. Genetics in ADHD. Yes, it is genetic. ADHD is strongly hereditary. Most neurodevelopment disease like autism, ADHD, it's developmental, genetic. Important genes like dopamine receptors and dopamine transporters. Dopamine receptors and dopamine transporters in the brain. Like there are some that are called the DRD4 gene and D81 gene. We may find these people don't have or they are minimal, and it is carried from the parent. And when it's carried from the parent, you kind of like get the same problem like your parent. That's why I will say this slowly, like it is bad for human beings to do inbreeding. It is bad for human beings to do inbreeding. You know what inbreeding is? Anyone who knows inbreeding, please? Anyone who knows inbreeding, what I mean by saying inbreeding? Anyone? Anyone inbreeding? Anyone who knows inbreeding? I'm saying it is bad for humans to do inbreeding. Inbreeding is bad. So if you know inbreeding, you know what I mean. It makes yourself to mutate to something else that is not okay. It's not good. Something else that can harm a generation. Inbreeding. If you know inbreeding, please tell the people. Tell people what inbreeding is. Smiler has told you that one. It creates something that is not, even in plants. If you plant maize, then you take the same maize and plant at the same land, the next harvest will be low. You get? So in human, it makes mutations of the cell. So people from Jamaica come be married in Africa, Africa go marry in USA, and then we have a strong generation. Yes, let's continue, my guys. Let's continue, my guys. Now, these things start from the day of conception. The day that a person is conceived, a woman conceives, and then they grow with time. You get? And then they grow with time. After time, you start getting problems. You start getting problems. You get? So give me a moment. I relieve myself. Don't go anywhere. Don't go so far. I'll be here in a minute. Yes, I'm back, my guys. I'm back, and I'm back, my guys, and you know, environmental factors are like that can cause these problems are like during pregnancy, maternal smoking. We talked about these things when we were talking about autism. You remember? We talked about these things. Alcohol exposure, drug exposure, and severe stress and prematurity. You remember we talked about them? Where is that illustration that I used? This illustration. You remember about this illustration? Ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. The neural tube going inside. This is it now. This is it. The neural tube going inside. It starts from here when you are forming the baby. Let me just start how it does. When the sperm hits the ova of the woman, it forms a ball that is called a morula. The next thing is they start forming cells. Cells that are called blastocysts. These blastocysts are implanted in the uterus here. So in the uterus, they start aligning themselves. Ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. So when they have aligned themselves and a woman is smoking, it may interfere with. Now, these ectoderm cells, when they start migrating inside like this, they form something like this. And they are in the uterus. When they start migrating, now these are cells, it was like this as a ball. So when it starts to migrate and going inside, that is where the problems begins. You are smoking, you are taking alcohol, you are taking some things that will injure the cell. Then you start having problems like autism, and you start having problems like attention deficit, depending on what is injured. So if a cell that is injured is the cell that is supposed to start creating nerves of the brain, you will have a problem with communication. You will have a problem with communication. You get? After birth, you start having exposure, psychological stress, brain injury. So this one, ADHD is a bit different from autism in this way. The injury here can be even after birth, but autism, you know, it was not after birth. It was conception and before birth. You get? So after birth, you get, the child gets lead exposure chemicals, severe psychological stress. You know, some kids are put under some stress. They cry, they don't get enough to suck, they don't get food, they are in an environment that the parent does not care. Psychological stress, it can bring imbalance in the brain. So you grow up with ADHD. Brain injury, not taking care of the baby well, not handling the baby well. You know, some babies are fragile. So you may injure the brain, and then the synapses, the dopamine centers, they lack proper innervation. Innervation means what takes in and out the synapse, the chemicals that I've named. Those chemicals are dopamine and norepinephrine. So this is different from the other because this one can happen even after birth. Neuroimaging finding in ADHD. Neuroimaging. Let's talk about neuroimaging. What happens to neuroimaging? Brain scans may reduce prefrontal cortex activity. You know, when you take a person with ADHD and then you take this person to the MRI machine and then you scan the brain, you will find reduced activity in the brain. You will find the brain has reduced activity because we see, you know, these things are electrical. Just now here I don't have an MRI machine. I will take one person as a volunteer and I show you in the screen. Very expensive machines going to millions of money. You put a person inside there and you see the brain releasing the chemicals. You see the brain doing this. They usually do this. One day, I wish I will buy those machines. You know, they are good diagnostic materials. When you have them, even you can save a life of a person with them. But when you don't have some things, you struggle to work. You struggle. You send someone so far before that person comes back with the image. You know, let me tell you one thing about this medical field. Resources in medical field is very important, because a normal setup of a hospital must have this imaging, so that, and specialists, so that if a person is injured here and is in the hospital at the right time, and you want, maybe this person has a brain injury, the only thing you need to do is, before even this person is paying for the facility services, this person is supposed to, this is a person that has a brain injury. This person is supposed to be quickly taken to the MRI machine, get to know that this person has a problem here, here, and here. Then, if it is an emergency, you start operating in the head before the blood starts clotting where it. But you know what happens? A person gets to the hospital, he finds a doctor at the outpatient department. Writes, this is an emergency, goes to the wards. Now, in the wards, you will meet another doctor who is a surgical doctor to say that this is or you get to the emergency department, you meet an emergency doctor. Now, the facility that you are getting into, it doesn't have the MRI machine for the emergency department. You need to put in an ambulance to be ferried away to another place. Now, the place that you are taking is an imaging resource center only. It's not a hospital. You get alive. So after doing the MRI, you have to take back. You go, you find the doctor's shift has gone, the doctor has gone. This guy, this person, is a person who has a clot in the head. This person will be waiting for the doctor to come next day. Or if it is an emergency, you call where the doctor is, jam in the road. You take some times before you get home. You get these things. You understand me? We should pray to God for some things, right? So that is it. So neuroimaging, I was referring to neuroimaging because some machines are expensive and getting them as a facility and some facilities is hard. Delayed cortical thickening, reduced dopamine activities. Now, executive dysfunction, a major pathological feature in impaired executive function. You know, executive function means, when it comes to medicine, executive function means that executive function, the important critical things you need to do for yourself, like organization, time of management, working memory, task completion. When I started this talk at 4:30, I should finish at 6:30. You get? You don't have that. You can finish even within 20 minutes and you have not delivered what you have. Emotional regulation. A very big problem to some people. You, once a person insults you, the next thing you are over the hills beating this person's up. You cannot wait. Emotional regulation, task completion, working memory. Yesterday, you don't have a program. If yesterday you are doing this, you need to have a program. But people with ADHD, it's hard to do that. You do this, you leave it, you start another thing, you step out, you get. Time management is not your side. You don't know how to manage time. For you, time management is not there. You manage time, or even it's a problem because now the dopamine in your brain cannot release as normal. You get? So my guys, now you know that these people that are having ADHD, it is not a character, because if it was a character, a character can be controlled, but ADHD is not a character because you cannot control that character. Hard. It is hard to control that character. Have you ever been, I know Marjay talked to me about the cousin. Have you ever been close to a person who has AD? What is this doing? Yes, that is it. Have you ever been close to a person who has ADHD and you see how this person behaves? You will find that that is not a character. It is is a pathologic thing. It is something that someone was born with. And here we have said you can be born with, or the other thing is you can acquire it. That, just like I've said. Now that is the difference between autism and ADHD. They lie under the same thing because they are neurodevelopment. They develop from the uterus and then you grow with them. They are neurodevelopment. You get complication. So we have said, let me name some problems that these people undergo. Let me name problems. If you do a scan like the MRI, you will find the brain is not the normal brain. Smaller total brain volume in children, they have small brain. Delayed cortical thickening. There is a place called the cortical apex, it is thickened. Reduced dopamine activity. Then the chemical that gives us pleasure and feel good, it is reduced. Executive dysfunction. Executive dysfunction is they have a problem with organization, they have a problem with time management, they have a problem with working memory, and they have a problem with task completion. Emotional regulation to them is a problem. So ADHD subtypes. ADHD subtypes. What are the subtypes of ADHD? We don't just have attention deficit disorder. There are subtypes. One is called predominant inattentive. The other one is predominantly hyperactive impulse. And we have another one called combined. So there are three types. There is one that is predominant subtypes. I'm just introducing. So this one's types, we will start talking about types of attention deficit one by one tomorrow. We have predominantly inactive. Predominantly inactive. Main pathology, attention network dysfunction. They have attention network dysfunction. Symptoms is like daydreaming, forgetfulness, and poor concentration. Forgetfulness and poor concentration. This is the first type of ADHD. Hey guys, if you have a question, this is the time to bring your question up. Anyone with a question, please bring it up. If you have a question, bring it up right now. Now, predominantly inactive, main pathology, attention network dysfunction. They daydream, forgetfulness. Now, Who has ever met someone with forgetfulness? You are always forgetting. Have you ever met someone that is always forgetting and poor concentrate? Have you ever met someone who is daydreaming? There are some people who daydream, always dreaming in the day. Or you yourself, have you ever, dreaming is something that you cannot dream of something that you have not thought about. Dreaming is an illusion, a common, often productive stream of consciousness that detaches from external tasks to focus on internal thoughts, fostering creativity, problems, solving, and emotional regulation. So if you dream, that's why if you think of something so much, you start dreaming about it at night. But when your mind is relaxing and synthesizing some things. But when you are daydreaming, it means there is a problem. When you are daydreaming, it means there is a problem. When the brain is not resting, it is setting you down to melatonin, whereby it is starting to do things that you should be doing when you are sleeping. So if you are daydreaming, at times you are taking a nap in the day and then you are daydreaming. Guys, daydreaming, forgetfulness. Sometimes you forget because the regulation of dopamine and norepinephrine is not constant. You forget and forget and forget. Who has that problem of forgetting? Please tell me who has that problem of forgetting and poor concentration. So that is predominantly inattentive, forgetting. So people that are predominantly inattentive, they have ADHD. But it is the first one, which is the main character is attention network dysfunction. You don't have attention, you have network dysfunction. And then we have, I can see Sha in the house. Welcome, and everyone is here. I know Sha is at work right now. Sha, don't worry, I know you are at work and you are doing. Welcome. Now, there is another one. I'm just introducing these topics. We can do these topics tomorrow. Pathophysiology summary. No. The pathophysiology summary will come. We are doing because someone has asked, is that similar to Alzheimer's? Now, Alzheimer's is a disease, not like this one, because this one is dealing with neurodevelopment. Neurodevelopment is a disease when the sperm and the ovum is fused, it starts to develop from the womb. But you see, Alzheimer's is a genetic whereby it's neurodevelopment, but it takes time, slowly by slowly, or something can excite it. Something can excite Alzheimer's. In which way can I say that? The best way I can say is Alzheimer's is brain atrophy, or brain atrophy is becoming small or dying slowly. Sometimes these medical words are confusing, but we are going to do Alzheimer's. We are going to do. So let me answer that question of let me answer that question of Smiler. The difference between Alzheimer's and attention deficit disorder, ADHD is neurodevelopment. It starts in childhood. The brain develops differently. Symptoms are always long life, but Alzheimer's too is a neurodevelopment, but occurs in old people. As you grow, brain becomes inactive and brain progressively die. But in ADHD, the brain does not die progressively. You get, those are the major difference, but both of them are genetic and they are neurodevelopmental. They are neurodevelopmental. So there is another one that is called Parkinson's. The same, they are neurodevelopment, but you know, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Huntington's disease, both are neurodevelopment, but they come at a later stage in life, when the brain cells are dying off slowly. But you see, ADHD is you are born with, and the cells are not dying. You can live with it until you are a mature person and the brain is very okay. You get? So that is it, my friends, about that question of thank you so much, Smile in the City, for asking the question. So we have talked about the subtypes. Predominant hyperactive impulse. That one we will talk about it again tomorrow when we are talking about subtypes. So everyone, welcome Shah's Trial. Asante sana Kakaben. Yes, you are. I know where you are right now is working time. Here in Kenya, some people that are employed with the government right now, they are at home. Some people, but as medics, right now we are working. Right now we are working. Elizabeth is here asking Shah hi. Now, let's talk predominant hyperactive impulse. Main pathology is impulse control circuit dysfunction. Impulse control circuit dysfunction. Excessive movement, interrupting and restlessness, interacting and helplessness. You see? And then we have combined type. The combined type is both attention and hyperactive system affected. Combined type C. Both. You have excessive movements, interacting and restlessness, and then you have daydreaming, forgetfulness, and poor concentration. And there is something that I can ask people. Which gender do you think suffers from ADHD more? Which gender do you think suffers from ADHD more? Because these problems, you may find them more in some people than in some genders more than. Yes, so tomorrow we're gonna do about the subtypes. There are 3 subtypes, and we're gonna see how these people have female. Maje is confusing. Who else, guys? Tell me, who else do you think? Is it female or male that suffers from attention deficit more? Is it female or Margaret in Norway? Margaret, did you go live today? I have not been concentrating. I've not seen a live of yours today. Were you live? Margaret in Norway, or I was in your live today. Today I've been up and down, busy and running head up thinking. The cases I had today were cases of thinking a lot. So anyone else who okay. Whoa, I didn't know. Did I text? Because I remember, I don't know if it is yesterday night or today I texted. You are live. I was busy. Guys, sometimes when I'm at work, I'm writing notes, and I see Margaret in Norway's life or Jamaican uncle is life. I usually follow and then I put it somewhere so that it can continue running while I'm attending to a patient. You see, sometimes I do that. I see Margaret in Norway has popped a notification. I just click and then I wait. I put my phone there. Now, we are asking a question. Which gender do you think suffers from these complications more? Oh, Margaret had 2 lives today. Oh, sorry, Margaret. I was busy today. I wanted to come and make people laugh there, but I sometimes just understand, no problem. Margie has said female suffers from ADHD more. Who else can guess? Let's see. Even it's not guessing because we know these people. So who else can say, because we have come across several, who else can say? Greetings to you, Margaret. I cannot catch you alive because I'm sleeping at that. This world, we are interacting people from many different areas. So when I'm coming live right now, Uncle is waking up going for a walk, or someone else in India is totally asleep midnight. But we rewatch. If you check and see the live was nice, just rewatch. Hey guys, the new guys are just watching. See, you subscribe and like. Yes. So who else has another point? Coffee cakes. Coffee cakes. Yes. And now I'm asking this question, like, which gender suffers from ADHD more than the other? We only have one. Others, please tell us. Tumesikia vacation ni holiday from Well, tomorrow is a holiday in Kenya. Everyone who is out of the world, tomorrow I'll pay it later. Tomorrow is a holiday. Dorothy, Monday I'll pay it later. So, shika it. I'll quote your number, will forward the date. Yes, we are saying tomorrow is a holiday in Kenya. Sometimes when I'm live, I don't love disruptions. You see, guys, I don't love disruptions. So, tomorrow is a holiday, and Feel Good Friday is here. So, my guys, big up yourself, Dr. Benjamin, and everyone in the house. Big up, Gabriel. Hope you are doing good and everything is okay. And now you are working for hours. Blessings to you, Coffee Cakes. Now that question seems to be so hard to some people. People don't want to ask. It's only Margie who has said female. Margie, let me answer that question. No, let me wait. Maybe people are thinking. So tomorrow we'll have that Feel Good Friday. What type of holiday though? Tomorrow is May. May is Workers' Day, Labor Day. And it's Labor Day for workers in Kenya. A holiday for workers in Kenya. A holiday for workers in Kenya. So I'm still waiting for my question. So 50-50. Smiley in the city has said 50. Who else? 50-50. Who else? Men, where are you, my sister? Hey, where are you, my sister? Which gender suffers ADHD more? Is it males or females? Which gender suffers from ADHD? Jamaican uncle to you and yours self. One day I want to come live with the coffee cakes. Coffee cakes. One day I want to come to prepare a live with you. We get a song, we remix it, and we sing it live with you on the live channel. Overboard 653 females. Oh, Overboard is here. Overboard, which state are you coming from? Which state are you coming from? If you are new Overboard, please subscribe and give us a like. Females are better at hiding ADHD. Hey, females. Overboard says females are better at hiding ADHD. Who attests with that? Attention deficit hyperactive disorder. So Marjay has said female, and then okay, sure. As long as I feel well. Here is 9 a.m. What is the time there? Oh, here it is 6:02 p.m. We are still taking notes. There is our friend, a new friend that is called Overboard. I know a lot of women with ADHD. I want to ask a question. Let's continue. People are saying they know a lot of female. Overboard, welcome to the platform, man. Welcome to the platform. Here we interact and we talk medical issues and mental health issues. Or are you already in Friday? Coffee cakes, it's on Thursday, 6:03 p.m. On Thursday, 6:03 in the evening. I'm about to take my tea in Ethiopia on Monday. People that are in Ethiopia, is it on Monday? Overboard, which has said Overboard 3657 has said NG. NJ means you are from Nigeria, or and I've seen you have said NJ. Overboard has said NJ. And NJ means Nigeria. Welcome. We have so good people here. Interact with them. Some have their platforms. You can follow them. But don't leave without giving me a subscription. Oh, New Jersey. Uncle, we have someone from New Jersey today. Uncle, you have seen a friend from New Jersey? Overboard is from New Jersey. Jamaican uncle is a YouTuber. Overboard, a big YouTuber, is here. You'll see. He knows those places, even Smiler in the city. Oh, there is 11 a.m. Nice one. Now, there is something that people are confusing, but I will say it. Let me get the last one who will speak about which gender. I'm well, thanks. Yeah, man, I see him. Hi, Overboard. Margaret, I want the person to say which gender suffers most from attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Anyone? The last person. I want the last person, then we discuss something. Because there is a very important thing I want us to discuss after the last person has spoken. Anyone else? Oh, female suffers most. Why? Why female? Why female? Never sleeps. Hi, Never Sleeps. You are here. Have a good day, everyone. Never Sleeps is here. We are the last one to be diagnosed. Well, the ones I know of are female. The ones you know more are female. There is something that I want to discuss, and it is very important. there is something that is very important. Men get diagnosed sooner and receive more support. There is something that I want to talk about. Women are a character of themselves. They carry, just like someone has said, they can hide something for so long, and they know how to speak out. So the spectrum of diseases, however, I thought only kids had it. I only know of ones that say they have it. There is 1 month, so okay. ADHD is female, looks more emotional than hyper like male. Overboard, I see you overboard, I see you overboard. That's line of it this year. The real diagnosis of ADHD, by using mental statistical diagnostics tool by American psychologists, those that have truly passed through that, says men suffer most than female. What you are confusing is other things. There is attention deficit hyperactive disorder, and there is something that is called mood dysregulation and hyperactivity. You get? So most women suffer from mood issues and not ADHD. ADHD, for a person to say that this person has a problem when it comes to, oh wow, then possible men don't admit. Yes, some men hide their problems because they think when they come out they will be looked like a weak person. A person may look like you are personally a weak person. You get? Something is making a lot of noise here. So, my friends, let's not confuse mood and character by ADHD. ADHD is something that is called hyper attention deficit hyperactive disorder. It is a disorder that is neurodevelopmental. It is something that you've been growing with, a disturbance that was genetic and a disturbance that was from birth. You get? So anyone who can tell me something about it? I know some people are very confused, but I want to drive the point home so that FRC Lipenga, hi FRC, welcome. It's just that I want to drive the point home. Character and complications are two different things. Unless someone has been diagnosed using mental statistical diagnostic tool, you cannot say this person has ADHD. But some people always, what they usually say, some people always say, you have you are emotional character, you have the traumas, you are not patient, and then some people start saying this one has ADHD. Generally, people start saying that you have ADHD. That one is not a diagnosis. It is a general Even in hospital, when you come in hospital, when the doctor sees you the first time, that doctor has an impression. That's why you never see the first approach of a doctor writing in that document, diagnosis, no. That doctor writes impression. Then when you undergo the test, like the DSM-5 says, you have been given those questionnaires, you have done those things, you have passed. Now they say you have ADHD. Or you go to hospital, you are vomiting, they write, this one can be gastric ulcers. I took tests for 3 days. Oh, you took tests for 3 days. Overboard, that test can take 1 month, even for kids. So when you took the test for 3 days, it means you were having more positive signs and it was discovered so faster. But neurodevelopment issues like autism and the others that are like this that we are discussing, ADHD, can take 1 month. Mostly for the children that are mild. You understand? So the statistics say men suffer most and they don't come out because yes, stress made it worse. You check it, you see, Okwemba, my namesake is here. How are you doing, my namesake? Men don't like coming out and saying the society have put men into, they should hold the burden, and the men have received. So when you do statistical and go through the tests that are required, you find that these men are suffering more from these problems than the female gender. You get? What female gender do suffer mostly is character and hyperactiveness, dysregulation. Most of them, for which it is, I'm doing great at Benjamin. Welcome, Okwemba. One day I'll have to meet you and ask you who was your grandfather and who was your father. We may be sharing the same generation. Yeah, your likes, guys. Hyacinth Williams. As you come in, guys, as the new people that are watching, hit the like button, my friends. Hit that like button. Let me get impressions out there. Give me that like. Overboard, men with ADHD have harder times with relationship because of the symptoms. Yes, double tap of the screen. Oh, you see, Overboard is saying, Overboard, I know you are a new person here, and I know you have some people that you relate with that have these problems that we are discussing. Please, Overboard, just share with them this platform and share with them my mental health playlist, please. Share with them my mental health playlist where you are. It will really help me and it will really help you plus them. Those, please, the groups that you are in, you know, there are some people who have these problems. There are some people who have ADHD and other problems that are autism mild, and they have formed a group to help each other. And they discuss and they know when there is a breakdown how they can help their friend, how they can come in, how they can come out. So Overboard, thanks you so much for coming out. Thank you so much for coming out of this and telling us you went for the test and you did it thrice, and now you are doing good. And you can now say it strongly that it is stress that made it so bad. You see, some things are great, yes? When you know the power of interaction. I told you that the power of interaction. YouTube is a worldwide thing. When you come here and speak out, someone will say, I'm suffering from that. And these are the things that I'm undergoing. You see, without the stress, I will never be diagnosed. So overboard, please help someone else, because you know, many men out there are undergoing ADHD, and it is a neurodevelopment disorder, and it makes them have difficulty in having relationships. Because if you are having this problem, having relationships is a problem. Maintaining relationship is a problem. You get? Maintaining relationships is a problem. So it makes someone to admit and discover himself so that he can live at least a better life. You get? So anyone in the group, people are surprised. After saying female, 50-50, now I'm saying men. I've met so many females saying they are bipolar. But I've never had a man who is proudly saying that I've been diagnosed with being bipolar. So attention deficit for men is at a higher rate. The problem is the diagnosis and coming out to say. So that is, our women are surprised now. Or the women that are in the house, are they surprised? So my guys, or you have anyone who can say anything concerning the diagnosis, who can say no, that is not true. It is true. We only, when it comes to mental health deficit disorders, we only use a manual that is called Diagnostic Statistical Manual for Mental Health Disorders. We follow those protocols. If it is out of that protocol, it is not that diagnosis. You get? Yes. So anyone with any question today after the talk? Thanks for new people that are in the house. Overboard, thanks for coming in and being part of us and talking about ADHD. Thanks a lot for being part of us and talking about ADHD. It is very important. You know, when a person talks, it means that whatever that you are discussing is vital. Thanks a lot, Overboard. Thanks a lot. We talk about mental issues here a lot. Thanks a lot for coming out and helping us with some points again, and share this to some people. Share the platform to some people where you are. And thanks for your subscription. So the people that are in house, Jamaican Uncle Overboard, our new supporter, Efasi Lipenga, Okwemba, Sha Travels, my big sister Beauty, and Coffee Cake, Smile in the City. Can I name all? Like Gabriel Mwau, all of them that are here. Thanks for coming in. ADHD is a very important topic. It is people suffer from these things and they don't know. So you start losing relationship and people start saying that you are not a good person. You know, people say that, leave that person alone, he's not a good person, his character is bad, and you are suffering from ADHD. Imagine. It is not character, it is a neurodevelopment problem. Show grace and patience with yourself. We can learn healthy coping skills. Yes, very important. Now, as before I finish, I have 10 minutes to go. Anyone with any additive, anyone who can add something. So today is a Thursday, tomorrow is a holiday where I am. In the evening, you know what we do at night. Today I'll be answering normal questions at 2 hours from now. 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 hours from now, and 2 hours, 3 hours from now, I'll be answering questions generally from my email address. Overboard, you have very short videos on your channel. When did you get diagnosed? No, I didn't get, I'm not, I don't have the problem, Overboard. I'm a doctor. I share these things online. I share issues and we discuss with my group here online. I am not having the condition. I just teach people and we discuss. Videos are from my ADHD son. Lol. Oh, okay. Okay. So, Overboard, that is it. I'm not diagnosed by ADHD. I'm a doctor. I am a doctor. That's why I come here and discuss these things. Okay. And I can see Overboard has a channel. Okay. People, you can go and check Overboard. That is amazing. You can go and check Overboard's channel too. I can see he has some videos there, and you subscribe to the channel as you watch again. It's good you subscribe and watch to the channel. Okay. So anyone with any question? 8 minutes to go. Just lovely dear. Just lovely dear. Hi, lovely. How are you doing? Just like you are lovely. Please support the channel, lovely dear. Benjamin, blessings. Hi, my channel is not mine. My son puts video up. Oh, okay. Nice. Just lovely. We have been talking about attention deficit hyperactive disorder. I have 7 minutes to go and I just see you are here. Thanks for tuning in. I know you will watch. Hit the like button, lovely dear. Give me a like. Give me a like, lovely dear. Lovely dear. Just imagine you telling your empress, lovely, you are so lovely dear this morning. Good words. They excite your dopamine and then you get goosebumps. Yeah, they excite your dopamine and then you get goosebumps. Some just imagine. People are calling them their self good names. Lovely dear, thanks a lot. My husband is a mental health therapist at the hospital. Oh, share this channel. The Overboard. I wish to talk to interact one day. Share the playlist that I have in my channel for mental health to him, and then maybe one day we can talk online and we discuss these issues. We discuss. I love talking about mental health issues, although I'm doing some other things like cardiology and overall mental, but I love mental health because it is the core. You know, your brain, your mental health is the core value of your life. My husband is a mental health therapist. Yes, you see, we have mental health therapists here. Lovely dear. Just imagine the names that we have. Overboard, beyond measures, just lovely dear, beauty, smiler in the city. The people that are in my channel are good people. The names suggest it. The names that are in my channel suggest the people that I have. Good people. Smiler in the city. Hyacinth William. Just imagine. Welcome, Hyacinth, where you are. Sha Travels. Sha. Okwemba is my African namesake from my village, maybe. And we have other people. Oh, I have 5 minutes. No questions. Anyone who has a question? Anyone who has a question, please ask. I have 5 minutes now. You see, the coffee cakes. Yes, please, just love dear. Yes, let's love each other. Let's have, it's good we have the connection, right? Let's just be good people to each other. Love, let life be life. Thanks so much for welcome, doctor. Yes, Hyacinth William. You know, the name that you choose for yourself is what describes you. So you get the names that are here and you feel good. Hyacinth William, Just Lovely Dear, Overboard, Beauty, Smiler in the City, Jamaican Uncle. And you know, in a family, uncles are always good people. When they come home, you smile. Yes, good people. Oh, Gabriel, Gabriel from the Bible, just the coffee cakes. Margaret in Norway. I cannot thank you a lot. Judy Kingre, Leila, beautiful names. Marjay from Jamaica, Onik, Marcia Thompson. These are good names, right? Good names, you see. So guys, always, what started your ADHD information sharing? Oh, overboard, I don't do ADHD alone. I have a lot of topics. I've talked about cardiology issues, heart issues. I've talked about very many issues. If you take time and go through my platform, you will see. So we have been talking about things that are neurodevelopmental, the neurodevelopmental issues. And this is why I started. On my chat, so many people are talking about autism. But I realized when we are talking and discussing other things, someone comes and says, I'm autistic. Someone other says, I have a child who is autistic. But the points that these people are giving out, I felt that they don't understand how these problems begin. So we shifted from our norm and we went back to start doing neurodevelopment mental issues. So we have been dealing with autism, and this is we are dealing with ADHD, and then after this we talked about schizophrenia. We will also talk about bipolar, how it starts, and we will talk about many things that are not neurodevelopment but they are mental issues. You get? So that is how it started. We were just doing congenital heart diseases, and you saw how people came out and say how many people have the problems. You get? Thanks a lot for tuning in. I usually come at 16:30. My usual time is 16:30 Kenyan time or African time. That is my usual time. You can check the time, but 2 hours from that, mental health compete to physical health. True. I usually tell people, the other sickness are sickness, but when it comes to mental health, that is the real problem. All the diseases can start from your mental health to other issues. Now, I have 1 minute to go now. We'll meet after 2.5 hours from now for our continuation, for answering questions. You know, when I've realized when I have come online like this, some people always send me emails asking me questions from this topic that we are doing. So I didn't want to let them pending. I said that I'll be coming online at 9 to answer a short session of the 2 questions, and then we do what? And then we wait the next day for the next topic. So thank you so much, everyone. Hope everyone that is watching me or will come late, you will rewatch and look, so that we continue supporting each other. Jamaican Uncle, Overboard, Just Lovely Dear, the ones that are watching now, share this information out there. Tell someone. Benjamin is a doctor from Africa and is doing a good job, and he is doing this. You can check that person out. You get? So wherever you are, stay blessed. Let's meet at 2 hours. Bye. See you, my guys, at 2 hours. For those that will make it after 2 hours, and then we will see the topic of tomorrow. We see the topic of tomorrow, so that we can do what we can. And if you have a question, everyone has my email address. You can email or you can see me at 9. Any question that you have, email or let's see at 9, so that we can know what we can continue to do.